Hey guys, it's Mr. Dragon000 here, back with Automation the car company Tycoon game, and what you're seeing right now is one of my latest builds called the Atlas Caddyshaq GS. This vehicle is a limited custom sports model of Atlas's flagship golf cart of their Caddyshaq lineup. I originally built this almost 6 months ago, but didn't get the opportunity to show you this when the original body mod became unsupported. Now, thanks to an automation modder, it's finally back, including some other notorious mods on the workshop. Just strap yourselves in while I go in depth about this sports cart. The body that I've used to make this cart is ported by a modder named Martin2005 in his 1980s Caddy mod file. The link is at the bottom of the description and in the Automation Steam workshop if you want to download it. It has a lap time of 1 minute 40 seconds 89 milliseconds at the quote-unquote Top Gear test track and 2 minutes 43 seconds 70 milliseconds at the automation track. It has a top speed of 145 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 12.5 seconds. This vehicle uses a modified version of the Subaru EA-71S Boxer 4 engine that produces 87 horsepower and 95.1 pounds-feet of torque. It has a fuel efficiency rating of 19.4 miles per gallon and weighs 2,470.3 pounds or 1,120.5 kilograms. And for the market, it's an excellent competitor to the light sports budget market despite the high price, and does poorly in both the track and standard light sports car markets. In terms of how I made the Caddyshaq GS, the panel material was made out of fiberglass of a light truck monocoque chassis made out of corrosion-resistant steel, with a front longitudinal engine placement, and the front suspension uses a McPherson strut, and the rear suspension uses a double wishbone. For the engine, it's a Boxer 4 with the block material made out of aluminum, with the family bore set at 92mm and the stroke at 69mm, which the family engine is set at 1,835 cubic centimeters or a little over 1.8 liters, with pushrod headers also made out of aluminum. For the internals, there wasn't a whole lot of information on this to replicate the EA engine, but for the crankshaft, we're using a forged steel crank with the conrod set at regular cast and the pistons at regular forged, with the bore set as is to a 92, but the stroke lowered down to a 60 for the variant capacity of 1.6 liters. For the compression, it is set at a normal 9.0 to 1 ratio, the cam profile set to a 49. For the fuel system, we're using a 2-barrel twin carburetor setup with a performance intake running on premium fuel, with the fuel mixture set to a 13.5, the ignition timing bumped it quite up to a 63, and the RPM limit is set at 6,000 RPM. For the headers, we're using long tubular headers with a single exhaust. The exhaust diameter set to 50.8 millimeters, which is 2 inches, and we're running with a high-flow 3-way catalytic converter and both baffle buffers for the first and second one. For the drive type, we're using a rear-wheel drive setup with a manual 5-speed with the top speed set at 146.4 miles per hour. For the tires, we're using radial sports compound tires with the front and rear tire width set at 175 millimeters running on 12-inch alloy rims. For the brakes, they're both set at 195 millimeters to the front and back, both at vented discs, but the front brake uses a vented disc 2 piston at 195 millimeters, while the rear is also a vented disc but with 1 piston at the same size of 195 millimeters, and the pad type dropped down to a 45. For the aerodynamics, not that much, using a fully clad under tray, brake airflow jumped it up a little bit. And for the interior, this is kind of interesting. In honorary of the 4.1 update, supposedly we got ourselves a detachable soft top convertible with 2 seats with a standard interior and a standard cassette, even though the interior, I did forcefully put a cassette player and radio player in this vehicle right here. You got your AM/FM radio and this here cassette player, including a digital speedometer right there, just forcefully put in that vehicle. It's got a variable hydraulic power steering with ABS and 1980s standard safety standards, and for the suspension, we're rolling with some progressive springs with gas Model 2 dampers with passive sway bars. There's the only option, running on a sport preset. Despite only 4 problems on here, which are the dampers being too hard, roll angle, and some brake fade, let's go to BeamNG.drive and test this vehicle out. So here we are at the modded map of Multifino and taking a look at this car. Even though I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I tried building this 6 months ago, and some of the design is original, like the back end here with the taillights. These are the same taillights from 6 months ago, but looking more in the back, we got the name of the vehicle, the Caddyshaq with SHAQ for your boy Shaquille O'Neal instead of SHACK for the Caddyshack movie from 1980, starred by Chevy Chase. And normally in the back end of golf carts, you have like usually people sitting in the back end here, but instead of people being sitting in the back, it's now being compromised by this here wing to maximize downforce and to eliminate rear passengers of the vehicle. And we also got some side compartments here for the left and right side of the vehicle. And lastly, with the front of the vehicle, with the headlight positioning and everything, the styling, I tried to give it somewhat of a Nissan Skyline R34 type of vibe. And not only that, the textures are screwed up with the grills here. That kind of sucks. And also, it's got a windshield rather than being an open windshield vehicle. Because if having a windshield driving at high speed, you're not going to have the wind in your face, which would be pretty dangerous driving at high speeds with this vehicle. And speaking of driving at high speed, we're going to be doing some basic performance tests with this vehicle. For our tests we're doing in this vehicle, the first one we're doing is a 0 to 62 acceleration test, second a 62 to 0 brake test, and lastly a top speed run, which I think I might achieve with this vehicle here, even though this is a 1 mile drag strip, but with this somewhat meager of a Boxer 4 engine, I have some doubts on this one, but let's find out here. So now, start with the acceleration test right now. Accelerating pretty slow. No wheel spin, surprisingly, so in the first gear to second, a minor backfiring right there, and to third gear, holy backfire, see some of the exhaust pop in there. 0 to 62 in 13.91 seconds to 732.59 feet. It's kind of shoddy, so for the brake test, let's bring this up a little 63, so brake, now. It said 63, but I think it should work out, whatever. 63 to 0, good enough, in 3.12 seconds of 125.75 feet. Alright, off camera, what would have been like if it would be set to 62. Alright, improved by 0.2 of a second and by just 2 feet, or 2.5 feet, so slight difference. So for a top speed run, let's try to launch this thing. Let's launch around like 3,500, 4,000. That did absolutely nothing. Even though, like I mentioned, it's got a 1.6 liter Subaru EA engine, EA-71S. Well, it's not the best of Boxer engines, but it'll do with this vehicle. Even though I tried this out with like bigger engines, like we use a bigger engine and everything, like especially towards like the front of the vehicle here at the interior and the front of the vehicle, the engine will be poking out big time with the front of the vehicle, or it will look kind of stupid and pretty weird at the same time. So we're going over 108 miles per hour right now, the airspeed 110. And we're running out of drag space, we're running out of room here, so I think the top speed run will be unfortunately a fail. So, end of the run, and in the sand, 120, so top speed run of 145 is a fail, so keep on going, crash into this, what's that, shipping container? Yeah, crash into the shipping container, high DUI, get a camera going, so camera goes around here. Am I going to overlap or am I going to miss this? So, 100 times slow-mo right here, and okay, here we go. I'm on track. Gonna hit this here shipping container at an overlapping crash. And here we go. Polygon going crazy. A windshield's going out, looks like. And I go to 60 times. Yeah, that's the part of the windshield going right up my face. Nice. Gives you some, first taste of 3D of this game. So full time. And the engine still runs? What? I'm baffled, man. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at the front of the vehicle. So take a look at the aftermath instruction. First of all, why is it still running? Why is the ABS going mental? So first gear, go. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. This thing is still running. It's front engine, rear-wheel drive, and this is what we get. This. I don't understand whatsoever. I tell you, it's like automation vehicles. They're robust and like bulletproof and collision proof in some situations, especially like this crashing a shipping container. So front of the vehicle, hella destroyed, and Kriegel did pretty good. Right side, yeah, pretty much as expected. And the rear end, we kind of crinkle this up in the collision of the shipping container pretty good. So crinkle that up pretty good. Left side, not a whole lot, even though I got this polygon sticking out about 10 feet out. So that's not that great. So now, let's stay on this map here. We're doing 2 time trials. The first one we're going to be staying at this map here, doing it at a racetrack here. And the second one, I did see something about you can do off-road rally, I think. Hope I do a couple rally courses here. Where is it? Rally stage 1, 2, and hidden. So first of all, go to the full city circuit. This will be our racing portion of this vehicle, and it's going to be doing 1 lap here in the noon hours, even though I tried this out personally with a different vehicle. So take it to the starting line with the Caddyshaq right now. So here we are at the imaginary start and finish line with the Caddyshaq. As you see here, there is no start and finish line, like an actual line here. But we're set up quite a ways from the first checkpoint here, and second of all, corner of my eye, oh crap, we got no textures everywhere. How far does this go out? Let's see, no texture. Oh boy, no textures right here at the freaking pit lane. But it doesn't seem like it's compromising anything like the Grand Valley Speedway, where there was no textures anywhere whatsoever. But fortunately, we do have a road textures and everything else in between. So right now, get ready to start this race off here in 3, 2, 1, launch, go. 6K launch, didn't do nothing. Alright, getting ready to go around the first corner, and is that also a no texture? There's also a no texture on the road here at each freaking apex. Like right here. Go in the apex of this corner. No texture. Corner cut, but who cares? We're getting some of that body roll up in here, so automation was right about the 9-degree body roll. Usually body roll is pretty much the enemy of like all handling. Like if you have too much body roll, like if you shift left and right, left and right, left and right, you're gonna flip over like an old school A10 Blazer or something and hit the brakes. Jesus Christ, Lord, whew, okay, the body roll saved my life right there. I think I was wrong about body roll being bad. Sometimes it can be helpful, usually it's bad. The sometimes helpful part pretty much kept me away from the wall back there. And another note, material. Okay, that's interesting, and no texture. And what is this up ahead? No mesh? Man, I gotta do some world editing to fix everything. No mesh everywhere back there right behind me. That's stupid. That's pretty much what I gotta do in the future when I want to come back on this map, is to go back to World Editor, which usually takes like 5 minutes to load up, and to fix all the textures and get them back to normal. And not only that, if you've seen my previous videos, especially one, which is the Rice Bryce, which I raced on this exact course before, and I played on this exact map of Multifino, is where that vehicle, the Rice Bryce, is of course a ricer that looks horrible, and gets rid of my wing, and pretty much drives bad. It acts like it's fast, but it's actually not. Because speaking of looking fast and everything, like the wing that I took off, there were wings on the side of my vehicle, like actual spoilers that slowed down my vehicle somehow. Probably was generating side downforce, like extreme side downforce, slowing down the vehicle. And when you took out those wings, then your car would drive just as fine, accelerate as fine, and pretty much everything in between. Which that is pretty weird how that happened. So overall on handling everything, it seems okay, and I think this is my last corner, so deja vu, we're okay. So last corner, last straightaway, we're gonna get like a 2:55-ish time maybe, so get ready to end this lap off in probably 5 seconds. And I was right, about 5 seconds, so a time of 2 minutes, 56 seconds, 49 milliseconds. And we beat the previous time with the Ibishu 200BX by 8 seconds. Not that bad. So, drive straight, 90 miles an hour, 90 plus, I think in 95 once I hit this wall, and then do the rally stage on this map with this vehicle. Probably for the rally stage, it's probably going to be bad because these are sports tires, not chunky off-road tires, and it's going to struggle getting some grip on the dirt. So, here we go. 100 times slow-mo. Bang, here we go. Polygon screwing up, wheels going up, transmission's going up too, and the rest of the vehicle too, so 16 times. Wrong button, and go to 8 to 4, and that's pretty much it, so full time. And again, engine still runs somehow, which is still bizarre for some odd reason, so bring this upright and show you the aftermath of destruction before I take you to the rally stage. So here we go, we compacted this down pretty good, hazards going off because impact detected stopping car like always with advanced safety features of any vehicle, even for a vehicle in the 80s, which is pretty weird. So front end smashed this inward pretty good and downward too, which is quite surprising, and here is the engine right around here. It's pointed upward, but it still runs. Hold on, before I show you the other sides, like the left side here, got a pretty funky shape right here, and the rear end got that pretty good, even though the transmission and drive shafts pointed up pretty good high in the air, almost as high as the roof, which that's surprising. Right side, just as bad as the left side, so can this thing still drive? Where wheel spin? Oh, no, radiator leaking. No way. No way. 95-mile-an-hour crash, but main engine broken. Thank Lord. That doesn't even deserve to run in the first place. So just popping it downward just once just killed the engine. Wow, that's surprising. So now, same map, same pretty much everything, and take it to the rally portion. Let's do rally stage 2 for the heck of it. And change this up to the, let's do afternoon hours. So same vehicle, same map, same everything, but it's a rally stage. Take it to the starting line right now. So here I am, just behind the start and finish at basically the starting line of this rally course here. We're a little bit ways behind the little boards here with the red checkered flag out here. It's pretty interesting how they're red, not green. So I got no other words about this vehicle or this track, so get ready to start this off at 3, 2, 1, launch, go. And here we go. Just as expected, got good a handful of wheel spin in first gear because these aren't off-road tires, these are sports tires, tarmac only tires. It's like the same thing of having a Formula 1 run on slick tires in the rain. You're gonna slide all over the place and not just drive straight. If you drive into a corner, you're gonna wipe out very easily and pretty much crash into a wall and end your career right then and there. So doing pretty good right now, even though we got some driftiness here and there, but it seems pretty good right now. And their average speed seems to be going around highway speeds around like 50 to 60 into jump. Okay, things got interesting going right there. And I'm even losing speed up a basic uphill edge. Get ready to turn. Fine recovery and lag. And this thing can't shift, just watch. Watch the BeamNG training. Just do that. And again. Watch this, and again. I didn't do it right there, but doing that puts me near some trees. So just go to realistic and just shift by myself. I don't want a BeamNG to shift it for me. Go in second gear, first gear, second gear, first gear, second gear, first gear. It's like all the time it does that. And for the heck of it, let me try another camera view and... Okay, hood view seems... Oh, it seems pretty nice, this hood view. Let me just hide the UI and make things even more interesting. Get a clean view of me driving off-road with this vehicle. I don't care about the time, I don't care about my speed, and I don't care about my RPM. Okay, getting pretty dicey. Into a tree. Whoo! Into another tree. Into more trees. God damn, living the life of Colin McRae. Audi A4. The shrub just ended my career right then and there. Really? A shrub ended my career, put me on the side. Wow. And 3 minutes wasted. Alright, pretty much back where I've left off. Gonna cross this bridge here. Oh, what a bridge. Damn, that was a big... Add tire squealing. I would say that was a big bottom out right there going to the bridge, and that second gear was basically useless going up this incline here, so just pretty much stay first gear, go to second, so going downhill. Okay, it's a good time to go to second gear. And brake. Brake. Damn, that hurt. Alright, what's the condition of damage right now? Seems okay, I'm driving reverse. I'm gonna do it again. Do it again. Not as hard, but... There, a windshield. What am I stuck on? A branch? Don't tell me a goddamn branch is a game killer for me. Goddamn reverse tranny screaming like Alice in Chains up in here. And I don't know how I can maneuver this with a tree that grabs onto you. Look at that, I'm grabbing. How can I manage around this? If this top shrub is a game killer, and we're back on the track finally. In the 445, pushing 450 mark, and again. God damn it. It's pretty much undrivable now since I've damaged the steering. Heavily auto steering to the left. Once I get rid of all this wheel spin here, I'll show you. Alright, here, auto steer. See that? Hard auto steering to the left right there. And I'm thinking we're gonna finish in like the 5:56 minute bar, but where is the finish line even at? Am I close to it? Feels like it, I don't know. I've even raced down here before. I mean, we're going uphill. That could be where we're going, and here we go. We got blue up here, so a 5:40 or something. So finish time, we get a... Okay, here's a ramp up here. 5 minutes, 38 seconds, 303 milliseconds. So let's keep on going. Let's keep on going down this ramp. If we would have done okay, then it'd probably be a 4:10 or something. So go off here, 30 miles an hour. Slow it down. Slow it down to 4 times. Shots fired from the exhaust. Camera as is, 16. Damn. Got that pretty good. So, I think it's 8 times, do full time. Engine still runs. Why? And like that, we are still accelerating, and it can barely steer. The drivetrain is impact detected stopping car. So now, for the last part of the video, take it down to leap of death and see if this thing would get Caddyshaq'd. Alright, here we are at the top of Leap of Death here, and I think I may have showed you before or not, is that Leap of Death, once the update came out of 0.21, the textures were all blacked out. And I did screw up somewhere in the textures, like the bottom layer of the grass. As you see here, you got the top layer of the grass, but the bottom layer is just brown, gray, just no textures, which would look pretty weird right now in Leap of Death, but I gotta somehow fix it somehow in the future. So right now, just drive. Just drive LOL at the top of the ramp here, down the cliff, and see what type of destruction we get with this vehicle. So, exit speed, 48. 48 to 47, right on that region. So, going down at a high speed, more minor frame dipping, and here we go. Faceplant at a speed of 212, I'm guessing. We're 211 right now, 212 once we hit the ground. So, reset the FOV a little, hide the UI, unfreeze physics, and here we go. Front end, boom, here we go. Transmission, everything is flattened. Get a better look because of this damn grass and textures here. So, 16 times, goes the windshield. Windshields, I got the front and back windshield to make it look like it's all one. There goes a mirror, wing, mirror, and go to 8 times because we're gonna hit this right here. There we go, almost front left wheel first. That was engine first, and 2 times to here. That too, okay, good. And engine still runs somehow, as you see here, engine still running, so full time, pretty much almost all the way down. And main engine broken, so just full time all the way down until we splash at the pond. Bang. Tire deflated. Right rear tire deflated. And another tire deflated. Oh, rear right tire broken. One more hit to go. Bang right here. And splash. Here we go. In the water. Dip down at 56 miles an hour. That's pretty fast for this type of vehicle or type of object going down into the water, which that's borderline unrealistic. Normally we go splash, slow down, probably like a 20 mile an hour descent, 15 mile an hour, right on that region. So F7 it right here, show you the aftermath of destruction. As you see here with this vehicle, it's a hunk of mess. Hazards somehow going off because impact detected stopping car. It didn't electrocute itself in the water. And as you see, unrecognizable. You got some of the roof intact somehow, which is pretty interesting, but it's overall unrecognizable at every angle. It's pretty hard to tell what this vehicle was. Alright, so for the last part of the video here, I'm going to drive straight as fast as I can at this crater here, and once I get to a high speed, before I flip over, crash, jump or anything, I freeze physics, go to free cam, and let's see where my vehicle's positioned at. So I teleport myself like right around here, F7 up here, and just fly myself off the cliff here and land myself back at this crater here, which that is going to wrap off our video by doing so. So right now, unfreeze the physics and just go. Go as fast as I can, and tires screeching at the frickin' rock there, so that's interesting. 42. We're in mid-flight, but it don't matter. So 42 mile an hour jump, take it to the top of this cliff right here, right now. Alright, here I am, mid-flight at 42 miles an hour, pointing straight down at the crater. This is a very, very high drop-off point, but let's see what it's like once we unfreeze the physics. A little bang right there, unfreeze the physics, and see what the destruction is like. Well, going down at this cliff here, let's see if we can land back at the crater. This is pretty much a rare bonus for me. It's like, most of the time, I don't even get to the bottom of the crater by doing, like, this in the process, like, showing you destruction, like you see right now, impact detected stopping car, there goes a wheel, the front left wheel, and real time, and we're gonna miss that section, and this section, am I gonna miss this? Yes, I am, so we're still gonna descend at a very high speed. Front left tire deflated. Okay, here we go. Right rear tire deflated. I could have slow-moed a little bit earlier, but who cares? So 8 times it right here, because this is gonna get very interesting. 237 airspeed right here. Thanks, camera. 236 right at the collision, still going at a pretty high speed. 8 times to 16 times. Another hit right here. Another tire deflated. Engine still running somehow. And I think we're going to reach the bottom of the crater, so we're not going to get a whole lot of bangs and booms, just scratches, and this is bad. This is bad. 260. Get a camera going. This is probably the highest speed I've ever done at this cliff, at this descent. All right, here we go. Here we go. 260 plus. Right here, right now. Bang. Smashed that pretty good. Transmission, drive shaft, whatever you call it, is dancing around awkwardly. So 8 times. And go to regular cam, and we got a good bounce right there. Go back to UI, and go. 80 miles an hour, 60. And here we go. We're down at the bottom of the crater. Let's slow it down one more. Do 4 times, and then bang. Nice. Just as nice. So once it comes to a rest, show you the aftermath of destruction. So we're still rolling. Still rolling. Here's some fappiness from a deflated tire somewheres, and it's still rolling. Can I e-brake? Okay, that works out pretty good. So take a look at the vehicle. We didn't like smash it compacted, but we just smashed it flatly. Just widened this boy out pretty good here. We got a tire still intact somehow, which is pretty interesting. The only tire intact. Wow. Didn't expect that somehow, but overall, still unrecognizable like the last collision. If you thought the first one was unrecognizable, take a look at this one. Even more unrecognizable than the first one. Just smashed to bits. Not necessarily bits because it's still intact somehow. That's how an automation BeamNG vehicle works, kids. So that'll do it with automation and BeamNG.drive with the Atlas Caddyshaq GS. This vehicle isn't that bad to drive, to be honest with you. The only 2 things that are a downside is the gear spacing and acceleration. Not only that, since it did so poorly on the dirt, it's best to stick it on the tarmac. Also, if this video gets a whopping 40 likes, I'll make a racing variant of the Caddyshaq that can take corners and blow by the competition. So this has been Mr. Jack and 000. I'll see you in the next video.